Yeah, hello, welcome to my video looking at my Republican Romans. It's quite a big army I bought quite a while ago and painted up and built. Kind of testing out some paint styles back when I wasn't really good at painting, so it's kind of it's okay really. Like all my armies, I always say they're a bit okay. Again, this is focusing on tabletop standard rather than lots of heavy duty skill painting, which would just take me forever to get an army like this done. So it's a lot of basic painting schemes, but when they're all down I like to think it's going to look good. This is just kind of an infantry army. I've got a lot of velites, which are my javelins. I've got a lot of them to paint up still, probably about 30 of them. But this is just two box sets of the Victrix Republican Roman infantry. So that's the light armoured with just the copper breastplate, which I'm using as my hastati, and then some chainmail infantry as well, which I've used as my principes or principes, however you want to pronounce it, and my triarii or triarii, however you want to pronounce it. So I've got 5 units of 8 of the hastati. Again, looking at kind of a bit more historical army setups, you'd have a main block of hastati, which tends to be your first ones in to the fight, and then you'd have about the same number of principes or principes, which are going to be a bit more veteran soldiers, and they would go in as a bit of a second wave. So if the hastati would smash in, and if they're getting a bit beaten up and defeated, then the principes would go in. And then normally I believe you'd have about half that number in triarii, so half a standard block in triarii, which are your most veteran, your most elite infantry, and they would sit actually at the kind of at the back of the army and act as a last ditch attempt during a battle. The triarii, however you want to say it, they were actually equipped with spears and shields, rather than the hastati and principes having swords. The more traditional gladius, I'm not 100% sure what it's called back in the very early Republican. Obviously the hastati and the principes were equipped with the pilum as well. That's what these models are shown as. It looks like they're holding spears, but they're not. They've got the pilums, which they would use as a javelin when charging or whenever really in the battle. So these guys are equipped with the pilum. That's the only slight negative I had with the Victrix models, is you only really had the option for the pilum. You did have some sword arms, but they were more for the officers. So I know the Warlord Games miniatures, you can buy a box set of them with the gladius or with the pilum, so you kind of have that option. But the Victrix is a lot of models for a lot less cost. I think it was 60 models for £30, so I've got 120 models in total. Like I said, including that is my velites, which I haven't painted up yet. So yeah, it's quite a lot of models really. Again, with my whole idea of I like having the field in these big armies, I thought it was the better way to go really, so I've kind of gone for that. These I was going to use for Hail Caesar, but I never really got into the rule set. I was looking around and a few people have said, oh, I probably wouldn't play Hail Caesar. I got someone offered to teach me another game, I can't remember what it is off the top of my head. I've never got around to playing that, and then I'm thinking of using it for the Saga, as I could use it potentially in the Saga Age of Magic as just a bit of a normal human army. Or supposedly there's rumours of Saga Age of Hannibal coming, which would be perfect. That's exactly what I could use this for. So yeah, I'm just kind of waiting out for that really. This isn't a completed army. I've still got quite a lot to do. I've got to finish basing them. So these are just based on 1 penny pieces. So I've still got to base and add the tufts and the static grass out of the way I'm going to do it. And I'm looking at getting some shield transfers as well. So that's something I've got to look into. But until I get playing with them, they're kind of gone on the back burner a bit, just as I don't want to invest in them whilst they're just sat in a display cabinet not doing anything. So yeah, so I've got this is my basic hastati at the front. These all here are my hastati. These back here are my Principes, and these are my Triarii at the back. So I've just kind of gone for the red and yellow shields. I just thought they were quite nice. This is just a standard Triarii with his breastplate. He's got the gladius you see strapped on his side, so it looks like he's got a sword, if that makes sense. Again, just pretty basic paint scheme. I've gone for a white cloth, like white fabric shirt, and a red fabric shirt, so there isn't a hell of a lot of variation there when it comes to the actual infantry. And red and yellow shields, like I said. The feathers on top of their heads, there's a slight difference there. I've got grey and a white, and then I do have red with the Triarii and Principes. This is like a commander officer. As you can see, he's got that breastplate, like a big breastplate, rather than just this single little square on the front. And he's got a nice little helmet, and he's got his sword out rather than his pilum. So that's my starter. I will show you more, but they're pretty much all the same. I'll show you one of the musicians. So he's just got, I couldn't tell you what the actual instrument's called because I forgot, but he's got this big brass, or whatever material it is, horn, which looks really nice. It's quite cool. So I've kind of scattered them about. I've got like the banner bearers, or again I should probably find out what they're called, but you got these kind of unit recognition, sort of unit totem, whatever they're called. I don't know what they're called. Identification. So you do get choices in the box, which is nice. I've got the boar, I've got the Romulus and Remus, like the wolf mother thing, and then the horse at the back, which I've given the horse to the Triarii because I thought they're a bit more special. So that was just my Hastati. This is my Principes. So they've got the chainmail. See there, they've got the chain. Same model, like same heads and all that, but you've just got the chain instead of just the breastplate. Same shields as well. I've just given them red and yellow shields. The commanders are exactly the same. Obviously I got different heads, so I've given him like this more special head. Helmet, sorry, but he's going to have the same breastplate. And then just having a quick look at the Triarii, exactly the same again. Just this is the same kit as the Principes. It's just the chainmail, but you had the option to give them the big long spears. I did give these guys white shields. I got a bit of a smudge there somehow, but I did give these guys white shields, predominantly all white shields. There's some yellow shields in there as well. Just a bit of a difference, but like I said, I'm going to probably get some shield transfers for them, just to change it up a bit and make them look a bit nicer. But they so the Triarii have these nicer helmets as well. They're more apparently in keeping with the Triarii having these. I can't remember what the helmets are called now, but yeah. This is my commander for the Triarii. He's got a big fancy helmet. Yeah. So these were all just quite a basic paint scheme again. It was just a base wash, and I actually went over with another colour, which with an army like this took ages. That's why with all my other armies recently I've kind of gone for a bit more basic of a base and a wash, just to keep the time down, because it did take a lot of time. But yeah, that's my basic Republican Roman army. I hope you enjoy it. And yet to really play with them. But hopefully, if Saga Age of Hannibal comes out, I'll be definitely playing that. As I've played Saga quite a bit in Historical and Age of Magic, and I've quite enjoyed it. So the chance to use my Republican Romans would be awesome, because I've built them all up and haven't used them, which I'm sure quite a few people can relate to. So yeah, so that's my infantry. Like I said, I've got the Velites to paint up, which will give me a bit of a range force as well. Some archers. Well, I say archers, a range, so yeah, they're javelins. I think I've got like 32 of them. And then potentially look at cavalry if I want. And like I said, these guys are based on the 1 penny pieces, so they're going to be fitting on my Sabbath bases that I'm going to use for most of my historics. So again, I need to get a hold of more Sabbath bases, because that's going to well, I'm going to need more Sabbath bases for this army, because I'm going to hopefully field a lot of them. But yeah, so yeah, I hope you enjoyed the kind of look at my army. or my work in progress armies, I should say. Hopefully complete it. Well, I think once I get gaming with it, I'll probably have a bit more of a kick to kind of get them finished. But till then, I'll just leave them on the back. But like I said, I've got to work on my Confederates because I know I can play them now with the current rule set I'm currently playing with them. So I've got a big push on the Confederates, and then yeah, finishing a few other projects. It's just clearing the paint table, to be honest. I've got so many half-built, half-painted armies I need to just get done, so that's the plan. So yeah, I hope you liked the video, and as always, keep an eye out for any other videos I'll be doing soon. Thank you very much, cheers.